Hi, and welcome to today's morning yoga flow. Today's practice is for all levels. Whenever you're ready, I will meet you on your mat in a child's pose. So as you start to come down to your mat here, you're going to let the big toes come together. Knees are going to come out wide. And then we're going to let the arms and the hands start to come out long here in front of the body. And then just to let your forehead start to find its way here down onto the mat. If it can't quite come all the way down, that's okay. You can just let it hover there in that space between, or maybe even bring a blanket or a block underneath the forehead if you need. We'll just take a moment here to start to tune in with the body. Take any adjustments that you need here. And then we'll start to bring our awareness to the breath. You can start to connect with some longer inhales and exhales. Really let yourself feel the air as it starts to expand here through the ribs. Just think of every breath in as creating expansion. And every breath out continues to ground you here into this time and space. And next breath in, we're going to start to just walk the hands over to the right side. So maybe your hands come off the mat here a bit. And then if you need a deeper stretch through the left side body, you can go ahead and place that left hand on top of the right. Reconnect with the inhales and exhales. Good. Breath in is going to pull you back through center. And then exhale is going to walk those hands over to the left side, kind of resettling in here. This time, maybe letting the right hand come on top of the left. Feeling that stretch here through the right side body. And breath in is going to travel hands back through center. And then we're going to start to make our way into a tabletop position. So start to come to your hands and knees. Readjust the knees and the hands here underneath the shoulders as you need. And then we're going to drop into some cat-cows. Inhale, lifting the chin and chest. Exhale, rounding through the spine, bringing that chin into chest. We'll do that a few more times here, connecting your inhales and your exhales. Just let yourself focus on connecting the breath with the body. Good, and we'll start to come back to a neutral spine. Inhale's going to start to lift here through the right foot. So we're going to stay bent through the right knee, and as if we were going to stamp that right foot here onto the ceiling. We're going to move through that cat-cow motion here again, this time with the right foot lifted. So breath in is going to lift the right foot a little higher. Chin and chest come up. Exhale, round, bringing knee into chest. And letting that chin start to drop into the chest here again. We're going to lift on a breath in. Exhale, round. Good. One last time here, lifting through the right foot. And then a nice breath out, hugging that knee into the chest. As we start to squeeze the knee in here, we're going to hold it just for a moment at the top. Then we're going to let that right foot step all the way in between the hands. Go ahead and lift here through the chest, letting the arms come overhead. Take a long breath in, extend through the fingertips. Exhale, hands are going to come down to cactus. So the elbows will start to come to a 90-degree angle here. And inhale, lift the arms. Maybe take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower into cactus arms. And one more time here on the breath in, extending through the hands. And then exhale, hands are going to come down to frame that right foot. And then we're just going to go ahead and let the right knee meet the left. And work out the hips here again as you need. Reposition the hands. Inhale is going to lift through the left foot this time. So again, as if we were stamping that left foot here on the ceiling, bending through the left knee. Take a breath in, start to lift that foot here a little higher, start to take the gaze out in front. Exhale, round, hugging the knee into chest. Breath in on your lift. Exhale, round, hugging knee into chest, pressing away from the floor through the hands. Good breath in here, lifting through the left foot. And then exhale, we'll start to hug that left knee into the chest, letting yourself squeeze here at the top. And then exhale, left foot is going to step in between hands. Inhale, start to lift through the chest, letting the arms come above head. Breath in here. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, we're going to lift again, maybe taking that gaze here back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, sitting through the arms and the hands. Just holding here for that full expression of your breath in. Exhale, hands are going to come down, frame the front foot, and then left knee is going to meet the right. We're going to start to just shift the weight here over the wrist and go ahead and let the body come all the way down to the mat. So sending those elbows towards the back. Hands are going to stay rested right underneath the shoulders. Inhale is going to lift us into a baby cobra. So just gently pressing away from the floor here. And then exhale, fold all the way down, letting the forehead meet the mat. We'll do that again. Breath in, pressing into the palms, lifting the chin and chest. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, lift here for a moment. Exhale, fold all the way down. We're going to overlap the arms and then let your right or your left cheek come to rest down. And we're going to bend through the knees and then just let those feet start to sway side to side. So they're just going to windshield wiper right to left. Help loosen up the lower back here. Good. Feet will start to come back through center. You can go ahead and let the legs come out long behind. Hands are going to come underneath shoulders. And we're going to find our way into a downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck the toes and send the hips up and back, creating this upside down V in the body. Taking a moment here to pedal at the feet, to bend into one knee and then into the other. Letting the hips sway side to side as you need. And let yourself find some stillness here in your downward facing dog. Inhale is going to start to lift right toes up towards the ceiling, coming into a three-legged dog. You're welcome to stay here. Start to bend through that right knee, backing the hips. And inhale, right toes are going to come back through center. You can go ahead and place them down to meet the left. And pedal out the feet here again, bend into the knees. And inhale, left toes are going to come high. Again, staying here or bending and stacking here through the hips, bending through that left knee. Should start to feel it more all through the left side of the body if you're taking that foot over to the side. And left toes, we're going to come back through center to meet the right. Go ahead and take a nice breath in here. Really fill up through the belly. Exhale is going to travel feet top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Go ahead and just let those arms start to hang heavy here. Grab elbows if you'd like. Start to sway side to side. You can release elbows. And then we're going to let the feet come a little wider if they're not already, so about mat distance apart. Left palm is going to plant down into the center of the mat. Right arm is going to swoop up. Maybe that left knee bends here a bit. And then just gently start to take that gaze up towards the right fingers if the neck will allow. Another breath in. Exhale, let right hand come down, and then we're just going to swap it out. So letting the left arm come up towards the ceiling. Maybe the right knee bends here quite a bit. Help you get into that twist. Breath in here. Extend through the left fingertips. And then exhale, let left hand come down to meet the right. And then go ahead and heel toe those feet back together for your forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, creating this flat back, top of the head, base of the spine. Breath out, fold back down. Inhale, rise high, coming all the way to mountain pose. Just taking the arms overhead here for a bit, maybe inviting in a gentle back bend, taking that gaze here up towards the ceiling or sky. Good. And then exhale, folding all the way back down in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands are going to come down. Feet are going to step back into either a high or a modified plank. We're going to go ahead and make our way into a low push-up, or you can move through a chaturanga here if it's in your practice. Inhale is going to lift you for your upward facing dog or cobra. And then a breath out is going to land you back in that downward facing dog. Breath in here. Exhale, start to walk those feet back towards the top of the mat. And then we're just going to drop the hips low, coming into a Malasana squat. So the chest is going to come up high, the head, the chin, and then just let those elbows press right here into the inside of the knees. Palms can come to touch. Okay, we're going to walk the hands back out and come into this reverse tabletop position. So arms and hands just start to walk out here towards the back of the mat. We're still pressing into the feet. And maybe this is enough here for you, or you can start to lift those hips up towards the ceiling. The head will drop back. Really activating here through the palms, the feet. Another breath in. Good. And then exhale, just start to roll all the way down, eventually letting the hips make their way down to the mat. We're going to find our way down to our backs. You can go ahead and hug the knees into chest. And just let yourself take a few small circles here with the knees. Make sure to switch directions. Okay, we're going to let feet start to come down to the mat. We're going to cross right ankle over left thigh. You can stay here or interlace hands behind the left thigh, and then just gently pull the feet and legs closer into the chest here. You still want to make sure that the head and the shoulders can relax here on the mat. Start to tune back in with the breath if it started to wander off here a bit. Left foot will start to come back down to the mat. You can uncross the right ankle. We'll let the left ankle start to cross over the right thigh here, and then stay where you're at or pull in the legs closer to the chest. Reposition the hips here if you need. Let the shoulders and the head start to soften here again. And right foot is going to start to come back down to the mat. We'll uncross the left ankle, and then just go ahead and let the feet come straight above the head here. So we're just taking the feet towards the sky. And then let your knees start to hug back into the chest. And we're going to let them start to fall over to the right side, coming into our supine twist. Arms can find a T. Letting the chin and the head make their way over to the left to help deepen the twist here a bit. Knees can start to come back through center. Letting them drop over to the left side. Letting yourself start to move the head over to the right. Reposition the shoulders and the arms as you need. Just let the body resettle in here. Reconnect with the breath. Knees will start to come back through center. And then we're going to let the legs come out long in front. We're going to go ahead and bring the hands and the arms overhead here. Just take a nice long inhale, really reaching through your fingertips, through your toes. And then on a breath out, letting your arms drop down by your side. Let yourself take up as much space as you need here on the mat. Giving yourself permission to shut down the eyes here for just a moment. And coming into your final pose, your Shavasana. And start to bring awareness here back to the body. Wiggling fingers and toes or rolling wrists and ankles. Bringing that awareness back to the breath. We'll start to make our way up to a seat, maybe rolling to one side here for a moment if you need. Just to help push yourself all the way back up. Once you arrive here at the top of your mat, we'll just let the spine come up tall one more time. Hands be pressed to heart center. I'll just go ahead and close with a round of breath together. So a nice inhale and an exhale. And thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy here with me today. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead.